Overtime or just over the top? And you thought hiking the minimum wage was a big deal. Imagine hiking it for darn near everybody else. Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto. And who says you have to be paid the minimum to get the maximum? The administration very close now, we're told, to changing the rules for overtime. And you really don't have to be an hourly worker to get it. Salaried workers presently making up to $52 grand would qualify for it. That is about 10 million workers and maybe more, to the guy who says it's a guaranteed jobs killer and nothing less. Craig Smith, you also say it could be a recovery killer as well. Why?
Well, very simply put, Neil, and by the way, I'm not alone in this consensus. The Chamber of Commerce is saying this. The National Retail Federation is saying it, Neil. It's very simple. The last time we had a proposal like this by Mr. Obama, we got Obamacare. And all of a sudden, 40-hour-a-week workers became part-time workers. And this is going to create more part-time work, Neil. And that's going to mean the economy is going to be less robust because they have less money to spend. And if Mr. Obama thinks, I love the headline, Neil, that Politico used. Barack Obama poised to raise wages for millions. Nothing could be further from the truth, Neil. It's going to cause wages to drop. If Mr. Obama wants a recovery to occur, he needs to reduce and shrink the size of government. Neil, think about this. I hate to filibuster, but this is the truth. If you look in the past, historically, the deeper recession is, the more we spring out of it quickly and at a faster pace.
But, you know, legally he would have the right to do this, I'm told. It would surprise me that if you are changing overtime provisions, what have you, in other words, demanding the point at which you have to pay overtime to even salaried workers, and now up to 52 grand, obviously that's 10 million workers, could be many, many more to your point. This is something that is in the Department of Labor's discretion, within the White House's purview, and Congress can whine, moan, and complain all it wants. What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, and that's the problem. So what's going to happen? It's going to create all kinds of legal challenges. You're going to see it tied up in the courts. Remember when the National Labor Relations Board did this to Boeing in the Southeast, Neil, and held up thousands of high-paying jobs because Mr. Obama wanted to engineer the economy? Look, in a deep recession like this, we should be expanding at 3 to 5%. We had a negative 0.7% GDP in the first quarter. This is going to slow the economic recovery. This is going to reduce wages, in my opinion, because the guy that's got a 35-hour-a-week worker now is going to just add on another guy for 10 or 15 hours to pick up the slack.
Well, that's what I suspect might happen. I always tell people, I don't care what your views are on this subject of the minimum wage. I mean, if you know what used to be a 40-hour week being the full-time week, then they change it with the health care law to 35, then to 32, then 32 and a half, and then you are going to do as any businessman would do, on the left or the right. You're going to engineer your workers' schedule to accommodate for this and to keep that in account, so that you don't have to pay either this higher wage, or for that matter, count them as full-time workers, to avoid paying these higher salaries. Right?
You're exactly right, and that's why pre-recession, Neil, we have 50% more part-time workers now than pre-recession. You're right. Look, this isn't going to affect my business or some of my friends' businesses. Everybody's going to adjust accordingly. And by the way, Neil, the employers are not bad guys. I mean, I have employees I've had for 31 years. I mean, we want our employees to make money and be happy. But you can't do it in a lousy economy like this, and this is what Mr. Obama doesn't understand. If he truly wants to help shrink the size of government, put more money back in the hands of the people, allow your regulations to be put to the side for a couple of years, and you'll see this economy expand again at 2, 3, 4%. Like Ronald Reagan said when they were talking about inflation. He said, it's not the people that are spending too much money. It's the government that's spending too much money.
Well, I wouldn't hold your breath for that particular edict to come out. Maybe the Department of Labor on this. I don't know about that. But, Craig, thank you very, very much.
Good seeing you, Neil.
Well, we are told that Hillary Clinton is reportedly